So today's topic is gonna be flex. Can you tell me, have you guys used this flex properties before or not? Yes or no? Yeah, right? We have already used it, right? Can you tell me what is this flex? What is this flex? Yeah, many of you are saying display flex. Okay, great. But what is flex? That's what I want to ask. No, Saurabh Kumar, it's a box model. Layout, orientation, absolutely not. It's a value, right? It's a CSS value. That's the important thing, right? It's a value of which property? Can you tell me? Display property. Very good. So flex is a value of the display property in CSS. Okay, great. So one thing you have to remember about flex is that flex is a one-dimensional layout model. Okay, so what is this one-dimensional thing? We will see that in a minute. Okay, when we do the things, we will see that. Okay, but before that, we need to understand flex a bit. Okay, so in flex, if we today we will be doing a deep dive into flex. You just know the property name, that's it. But we will today understand what happens when we use the display flex property. Okay, so here flex has let's understand this, that flex has two main things that we need to remember. Okay, one is called as a container. I'm not writing the whole thing. One is called as a flex container. Okay, and the second thing is called as a flex item. Are we clear with these two things? In flex, we have two main things. One is called as a container, and the second thing is called as an item. Okay. Now, what is this container thing? If you remember, where flex is basically used, can you tell me? Suppose there are multiple this type of boxes. Okay, where this flex property is used. Very good, Nikhil. Very good, Ajit. You guys are not saying on the box. That's not the good answer. Yeah, in the parent. Very good, guys. So we have a parent, and in that parent, we use the display flex property, right? This is how we have been using flex. Now, this container, we will call basically this parent a container. Okay. Guys, are we clear with this topic? That this parent will be called as container, and all of their childs, that means this one, this one, this one, all of these child elements will be called as flex items. Clear, right? Yeah. And when we use flex, what happens is all the flex items come in a single, what? Can you tell me? Row, column, what? In a single row, right? So we have two axes here. Okay, you see now we have two axes here. So in the direction, the row is basically the items are, we will call it main axis. Okay, yes, the x-axis, Muhammad Ali. Okay, this x-axis we will call it main axis. Okay, and the opposite axis, which is the y-axis, we will call it cross axis. So there are two axes, main axis, cross axis. Okay. And in terms of the thing, we have two things, flex container and flex item. Are we clear with this thing, guys? Can you tell me? All right. Was it hard? I hope not. No. Okay, great. Now let's go into code and see how we will be implementing those things. Okay. Shubhendu, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know how to turn off this thing. Okay. So I will create a file, flex.html. Okay. I will name it flex. Okay, just wanted to ask, guys, do you guys already know about live server, right? Can you tell me? You guys already know about live servers, right? Great. Only one or two guys are saying no. What is the reason, guys? Okay, so in that case, you already know about copy path. You can also do that. It is kind of the same thing. Okay, don't worry too much. Okay, great. So I will create a container here. So I will name it flex container. Okay. And inside this flex container, we will have 3 divs. Okay. Samir, what you want me to explain? Can you tell me? Live server, there is nothing to explain. Okay. It is just an extension. You can download it from VS Code. Here, if you click here, there is this extension. Search here live server and you can find it. Okay. This one, install it. Okay, so browse and VS Code. Okay. So guys, I will write this flex container here. Okay, then can you tell me how can I catch all of these divs inside this flex container? No, not div. Yeah, very good. Can you tell me the combinator name, guys? What is this combinator name? Child. Yeah. Okay. So now here, what we will do, we will give it a width. Okay. Let's say 100 pixel. Let's give it a height as well. Also give it 100 pixel. Okay. Let's give it a border. 1 pixel solid red. Okay. And let's see how it looks. Okay. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Great. Now, can you tell me what is the reason that these divs are coming in the vertical manner? Block. Okay. Div is a block element, right? That is the reason. Very good. Now, if I want to make them go side by side, where do I have to use the display flex property? In the here I have to write or here? In the parent. Great. So display flex. If I do that, they are coming side by side, right? Okay, so now let's do one thing, that this is how basically display flex works. Okay, now this flex container will be called as flex container only, and this childs, what they should be called? Can you tell me? Flex item. Very good. Now, what flex allows us to do is that you might also have you guys heard about this property called as other display properties as well? I mean, other than flex, have you heard about those display properties like inline block? Is in pre-class video, right? You should have heard them. Okay. But with using them as well, we can make these divs side by side. Okay. That is also possible. But what flex allows us to do is that we will flex has some built-in properties. Okay. Flex has some built-in properties that comes with it. Okay. So if I give some, let's give some border here. So okay, can you guys see this? The parent has now a border. Now there is some space available here, right? Yeah. Now if I want to make them in this manner, I mean, there should be some space available. How do you do it? Many of you are saying margin auto, wait. Or we can use normal margin properties as well, right? I mean, giving some 5 pixel, 10 pixel. That way it will also work. So let's go with margin auto only. So if I give margin auto here, now this is how it works, right? Now, can you tell me that is there any need for this space here? Was there any need for this space? The answer is absolutely not. There should not have been any space. Was there any need for this space as well? Again, the answer is no. So what happens is that in order to, if I use something other than flex, okay, in that case, what will happen? We have to rely on margin padding only, right? And in some of the cases, we have to manipulate it, right? I have to do something like here, I have to give style, or you have to use IDs, something like that, right? So that I can erase this left styling, right? Are you getting my point? Okay. So if I want to erase this space, what we have to do? In Flex, we have a property called as, I will remove this margin auto for now, okay? We have a property called as justify content, okay? And its value is something known as space between, okay? If I do this, can you see this, guys? Okay, so now how justify content works? So suppose if I comment this out, okay, see there is some space available. Okay, please remember this point only. There is some space available. Okay, in that case, justify content will take that space and distribute it. Are we clear with this thing? So justify content will distribute the available space. Okay. Okay, we can leave the, okay, sorry about that, justify. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to see that what this justify content doing. Okay, now we have already seen this, but the one thing that I want to tell you guys that in this flex container, okay, I will give it a width of, let's say 300 pixel. Okay, I will give it a width of 300 pixel. Okay, now if each and every one of those divs has 100 pixel, will there be any space available? Can you tell me? The container has 300 pixel, okay? And each and every child has 100 pixel. How many child flex items are there? Can you tell me? How many items are there? 3, right? So cross 3, which is 300 pixel. So should not be any space available. Let's see what happens then. So if I save it, even though there is this justify content is there, is anything happening, guys? Can you tell me? No. So the answer is absolutely no. Okay. So justify content will only work when there is space available. Okay. Please remember this point. We sometimes make this mistake many more times. Okay. Now, if I give something like margin here, okay, I will give something like, let's say margin left 20 pixel. Okay. Can you tell me, will it work or not? Will it work or not if I give something like margin 20 pixel? Will there be space? Let's see that. Can you see this? There is space right now, right? So what is the difference between justify content and margin? Can you tell me? What is the difference between justify content and margin? So margin creates space, okay? And justify content distributes space. Okay. This is the main difference between them. Are we clear, guys, with this? Can you tell me? I hope there is no issue, right? Okay, great. Okay, Avinash, I will repeat again that when we, I will comment out this justify content for now and give margin left 10 pixel. Please see these ones that now this is working, right? But previously when justify content was there, it was not working. What was the reason? That margin creates space. Okay, it created a space, this 10 pixel space. But justify content, if there is any space available, in that case, it will distribute it. Okay, that's how it works. Sorry guys, I will it. I will remove this width. Okay, it is pushing the width. Absolutely, that's the one more thing. But yeah, this is the general idea. Okay, margin extra space it creates. Okay, now can you tell me justify content was used on the parent or in the child? Can you tell me that? In the parent. Okay, in Flex what happens is we have two types of properties. Okay, one type of built-in property used in parent. Okay, and there is one more type of property which is used in child. So in Flex, we have two different types of properties. One type is that is used in the parent, and the second type is which is used in the child's, okay, or children basically. Okay, we will see what are these things. Okay, now let's explore this justify content a bit more. Okay, this is something we did with space between, right? Now there is one more value which is sorry. Let's make it. I will comment this out. That will be the best thing. So I will use justify content. Let's start. Okay. How do I save it? Can you tell me, did anything happen? Okay. Okay, guys, can you tell me, is the chat on now coming? Is the chat fine now? Yeah, great. Okay, so this is the default value. Okay, I will write here. Okay, I cannot do it here, I guess. So I will write that default. Okay. I guess I have to write it like this. So this flex start is justify contents default property. Please give to background color. Okay. We will give the background color. Don't worry. Okay. Now, okay, for your understanding, let's give background color. So, okay, can you tell me how to give background color? I mean, different background colors to each and every one of the styles. These children's. How to give? We can use nth child. Very good. Okay. Guys, I don't know this is covered or not. I'm doing this. Nth child. Okay. Now I will write here 2n. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me what happened? This 2n is covered, right? Okay, great. It takes which type of elements? Odd or even? Great. To take the odd, how to do it? Okay, is it fine now, guys? Can you tell me? Okay, so justify content, we explore two properties, space between, flex start. Okay, how this works? Okay, so put any value in this n. Okay, suppose you put 0. So what will be the n into 2? Can you tell me? It will be 0. So the 0th element will have this teal value, but there is no 0th element in CSS. Okay, it is not array. Please remember this point. HTML CSS is a bit different than JavaScript. It is not an array. It starts from always 1. So the first one, which is 2n plus 1. First one will be 0 plus 1. So 1. First one is, that's why orange. The second one, 2n, which is basically teal value. That's how it is working. Okay. Now, we have seen these two properties, space between, flex start. Okay. Now let's reverse it. So justify content. There is also one more property, flex end. Okay, let's see that. Can you guys see? Minaj, no, n starts in CSS's case, n starts from 1. Okay. So justify content, space start, and flex end. I hope I don't really have to explain what happens, right? So in flex start, the flex items will be at the start of the container. Okay. Are we clear with this? The start of the container. In case of flex end, the items will be at the end of the container. Okay. Are we clear with this thing? I will explain, I will tell again that this is the container. Childs are, in case of start, it was starting from here, the start of the container. In case of end, it is at the end of the container. Okay. Now, if flex end is clear, let's go into the next thing, which is justify content, space, let's click around. Can you tell me what is happening, guys? Can you tell me what is happening? Yeah, Nikhil, it is kind of like margin auto, right? It is very much similar to margin auto. Space created, no. Others, I just told space in case of justify content, space is not created, but distributed. Okay. So justify content space around, what it does, it distributes the space around the flex items. Okay. What is the difference between space between and space around? Just this second word. Okay. That is the around. The difference. So space between distributes the space between them. Space around distributes the space around them in both the sides. Okay. Are we clear with this, guys? Can you tell me? Yes, it is very much similar to margin auto property. Okay. Now for the last flex property, justify content property that we will see is called as justify content space evenly. Okay. If I save it now, can you tell me the difference between space evenly and space around? Can you tell me the difference? Okay. I think none of you are saying anything. Space is same. Okay. Many of you are saying that. This is even space in all sides. Very good. I think it was, I forgot your name, but yeah, great. Even space in left and right. Yeah, this looks pretty much similar in both the cases. Okay, but there is one difference, which is that, okay, I have to draw it out a bit that suppose the whole container is of, let's say, 400 pixels. Okay, each and every one of those items has 100 pixels. So how much space will be there? I mean, how much space will be occupied by the items? 300 pixels. Very good. How much space will be available now to distribute? 100 pixel. Very good. Now, what this justify contents space between will do is it will distribute this space between these items. Okay. So if I distribute it between them, so how many between are there? 1 and 2, right? So by 2, so 50 pixel each. Are we clear with this? I hope there is no issue, right? Great. Now, suppose this when we are using this space around, okay, what it is doing? Can you tell me? Yeah, very good. It is 4. Now the 2's value will become 4. Okay. So the space will be 25 pixel each. Very good. Now for the last part. Sorry guys, give me a sec. Okay, for the last part, which is that in this case, what is happening? That here, 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 and here. How many total sides are there? Can you tell me? 4 are there. So it will be distributed 5-4. Sorry, I did not explain that previous one. Previously, what was happening? 3 of them were there, so it was distributed by 6. Okay. Previously, I mean. I will write it down. So in case of space around, it was 100 by 6. Okay. In case of space evenly, it is 100 by 4. Are we clear with this thing, guys? Can you tell me how there is no answer for that? Because that's how justify content works. Yeah, we will see that. Why 6? Okay, that's the good question. So when this space around was happening, that how many containers are there? Can you tell me? How many containers are there? For 3 containers, how many sides they have? Can you tell me? Each have 2 sides, so total of 6. Did you get why 6 was there? Yeah, great. Okay, so this is how this justify content works. Okay. Do we have any issue with this till now? Can you tell me? No, great. So I will comment this one out and I will go for the last property, which is, let's say, justify content center. Okay. As the name suggests, it comes at the center. Okay. I hope yeah, this is 100 by 2. Very good, Nikhil. Okay, great, guys. With this, justify content is over. Okay. Now, actually, I wanted to cover some other property first, but because I went with the flow, so I covered this one first. Let's cover some basic flex properties. Okay. So I will call this flex. Flex direction.html. Durgesh, don't worry, we will cover everything. Okay. Just give me a minute. We will cover everything. Wait till the class has been over. Okay, so guys, let's copy everything from here. Okay. Guys, I'm just copy pasting. Please don't panic. Sorry what you are doing or anything like that. Okay. Now let's do the styling. Prettier is an extension, don't worry. Most of HTML is copy pasting. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true that. Okay, so okay, guys, one thing is that please practice combinators as much as you can. Okay, it's a very important thing for you guys. Okay, and I don't understand nth child. Guys, this was covered in the combinators class, right? Okay, so this is how it looks. I hope there is no issue with this, right? I will give it some border. Okay, now, can you tell me what is the direction of this? I mean, elements. Can you tell me that? What is the direction of this row? Left to right, that's also a good thing. Yeah. So currently, first one is row plus left to right. Okay. Now, can we do this from right to left as well? Can you tell me? So the answer is, yeah. Let's see how to do that. So in Flex, we have one more property called as flex direction. Okay. Same as the HTML file name. Now we have to do reverse. Okay. If I save it, can you see this? Yeah. Now see one thing, guys, please remember this thing. It won't happen that 1, 2, 3 won't be there. Okay. It is 3, 2, 1 there right now. Okay. Please remember this thing. Okay. What is the, can you tell me that now the difference between flex direction, row reverse and justify content flex send? Sir, why in justify content? I did not get this point. Sachin? Yeah, row reverse reverses the order. Yeah, very good. Whoever said 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, that's also right. Okay. Justify that did not reverse the whole thing. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Starting from the last. Yes. Aniket. Okay. Now, so our second one is row plus right to left. Okay. Now, similarly, just how we did this, we also have column. Okay. If I save it, can you guys see this? Yeah, right. Okay. Now one question. Currently, what will be the main axis? What will be the cross axis? That is my question. Can you tell me now? Y axis will be what? Y will be main axis. Yeah, very good. Whoever said that. Okay. So our Y by default, okay. In Flex, what happens? Y is cross and X is main axis. Okay. Now with this flex direction column, what happens? Y is main and X is cross. Okay. Are we clear with this thing, guys? I hope there is no issue, right? Okay, great. Now, as for the last thing, we have also column reverse. Okay, so if I save it, can you see, guys? Now 3, 2, 1 is there. Okay. Column reverse, they are easy, right? Reverses all of these things. Yeah, great. So that's all we have in flex direction. Okay. Was it easy or hard? Can you tell me? What are you guys feeling till now? Sachin, little confusing. Okay. When you are using, if you can use 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Avinash, absolutely. You can use 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. Okay. Saksham, no, too much to remember. Don't worry about that. Okay. You don't have to remember all of those things. Please give parent height. Why is that needed, Akash? Okay, if I give height here, how much height do you want? 200 pixels? They just shrink, that's it. Okay. If we don't remember how to perform an evaluation. Okay, great. I hope this till now this is clear, right? Yeah, by default it is always auto. Okay. Evaluation can be referred to MDN docs. Arnav, that has been told to you multiple times. Yes. We can refer to nodes, MDN docs, everything. Okay. Now let's go into the next property. Okay. So till now, all the properties we have been using are which property? Parent properties only, right? So we have seen the display property where we are using flex. We have seen flex direction, right? We have seen justify content. And now let's see one more property called as flex tab. Okay. So I will create another file. Okay. I will name it wrap. Okay. Guys, it is the same file. Okay. Please don't worry too much. It's just that I have just copied the file and pasted it. That's it. Okay. You guys can already see. So I will remove these things from here. I will remove this flex detection. Now, if you see one thing that uh, if I copy this thing, two more times. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I see one thing. This is my browser window, and I will, as I shrink it, can you tell me what is happening? Can you tell me what is happening, guys? Should so different window with live server. We are not able to see. Container also shrinking. Okay, container is shrinking, but with container, these divs are also shrinking. Isn't that right? Now, you visit any website, let's visit something like let's visit an e-commerce website. Okay, brands. Okay, there is no products page here. If I inspect now, okay, guys, let's see. Just okay, for this one, it is not happening. Okay, here, let's see. If I inspect right now, okay, by default, how many products are there in one row? Can you tell me? 3. Amazon by default shows them in one single row. That's why I didn't open Amazon. Can you tell me right now when I shrink it, how many of them are there? It shrinked, but in one row there are currently 2. If I shrink it more, currently how many of them are there? 1. So as the time progresses, the as the screen size is shrinking, the childs are also shrinking. I mean, they are coming in the next row, right? Yes, kind of like responsiveness. Okay. But we can achieve this using only Flexbox. Okay. So Flex has a property called as display. Sorry. Display here. Flex wrap. Okay. And I will put a value called as no wrap. Okay. If I save it, did anything happen? Can you tell me? The answer is no. Now I will change it to, rather than this no, I will remove this no. So only wrap. If I save it now, can you tell me what is happening, guys? Wrapping. So no, it is not shrinking currently, Nikhil. It is coming in the next line. Isn't that right? Fifth thing, they've currently came at the next line. Okay. Now see one thing, a very interesting thing. If I increase my window size, okay. Now can you tell me what happened? Now are they in the next line? The answer is no, right? The same line. See one thing, as I decrease it, nothing is happening. As it hits the end of the line, it is coming in the next line. Are we clear with this, guys? If I decrease it more, see one thing, now the 4 will come in the next. Okay. If I decrease more, I cannot decrease more. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, smartphone display kind of. Okay. So with Flex, with just this one property, this line number 12, this one property, we can make layouts for both smartphone and our computers. Responsive websites. Isn't that right? So is this powerful, guys? Can you tell me? Yeah, very powerful, very dynamic. Okay. So this is the power of Flex. Okay, great. Now we have one more property called as wrap reverse. Okay. I don't know how this is used. This I have never seen it's any practical use case. I'm telling you guys, but still you need to know. So I'm telling you guys that if you see currently what is happening, first 5 is coming, then all the elements are coming. Okay. Reverse all divs, but when they are wrapping, okay, it will wrap to top. Yeah, great. Okay. I seriously don't know if there is any use case or not. To be honest, I can't even give any example. One, I can think that if you are building any, do you guys know that Arabic letters are written in from left side to right side? Sorry, right side to left side. Yeah, in Urdu, Arabic, yeah, those letters. In that case, that can be a thing that suppose you are building some Arabic websites. Yeah, Islam. In that case, there can be a possibility that you are using that way for building this kind of a layout, but else I don't see any other use case. Okay. Use this condition. I did not get this. Faizan, I did not get your point. No, what is no? Okay, so the default value is no wrap. In games, yeah, in games you might be able to do it. So the default value is no wrap. Okay, then comes flex, just only wrap, and then wrap reverse. Cannot use in Urdu. I'm not sure. I just made a random, uh, I mean, example. I'm not sure about that. Okay. So what are the different properties? Wrap, comma, no wrap, comma, wrap reverse. Okay. These are the properties. Which one of them is default? Can you tell me? Wrap, wrap, now no wrap, wrap reverse. Some of you are saying wrap. So no, the answer is no wrap is the default. Okay. This is the default thing. Okay. Is there any issue with this wrap property? Can you tell me? Are you guys having any trouble? Clear on. Great. Okay. So now we have one more parent property basically. Which theme you are using? Senath, it is a extended thing. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, now last one property that we will see in the parents, which is a property known as align items. Okay. So sorry, I should have copied. Different between item and content. Rajat, I have explained this first thing. That was the first thing I explained, that item is each and every one of these items. Okay. This orange box, this teal box are flex items, and these parent basically will be your container. Okay, sorry, are you asking about align items and align content? Yeah, that we will see, don't worry. Okay, let's remove flex wrap for now. I will remove 2 more boxes from here. Sir, what you write meta upside? I don't write it, obviously. This is something that VS Code template automatically has. Okay. Okay, great. Now, in this container, I will use a property called as align items. I will for now give it a value of center. Okay, let's see what happens. Did anything happen? Guys, can you tell me? No, nothing happened. Okay. Now, I will tell you one thing that, can you tell me justify content works in which axis? If I ask you, row x-axis, these are wrong thing. Yeah, only one of you said them. Let me check your name. Param, you said it. Only a few of you. Main axis, Tarun. Okay. So the answer is main axis. Oh, sorry. Justify content works in main axis. Okay. So we have one more property that works in cross axis as well. So That property name is align item. Okay. So our second property, let's copy it. This works in cross axle. Okay. Now, what is the reason this in case of justify content center, it was working, right? But what is the reason for align item center? It is not working. Can you tell me? No padding. That's not issue. Aniket, very good. Okay, guys, you got it. So the answer is there is no height. Okay. No, that is not the reason, Param. It is horizontal. The answer is there is no height. Okay. If you remember, I explained already to you guys, right? That if there is no width, okay, for the flex container, in that case, justify content won't work. Suppose, sorry. If I give it width of 300 pixel, the justify content won't work, right? What is the reason? There is no space to distribute. There is no space to distribute. Similarly, for align items, there is no space to distribute in the height. Okay, that is the reason it is not working. So let's give it some height. So in the container, I will give it a height of, first one was 100 pixel. Let's give it 150 pixel. Okay, save it. Can you guys see currently that this align item center is working or not? Syntax is align item center of flex center. I did not get this point, Akash. It is align item center, not flex center. Okay, so now this one is a very important property. Okay, this is one of the most important things that is asked in an interview. Okay, there is no flex center, Akash. Okay, guys, please remember this point. This is one of the most important question that is asked in the interview related to HTML CSS, that how to center a div in horizontal manner. Okay. Of course, Bhaskar, CSS is asked. Okay. Sachin, the answer is no. Justify content, no. Display block, margin auto, all of those things will only work in which manner? Oh, sorry, I put horizontal. Okay. The question shouldn't be in vertical. Extremely sorry, guys. Okay. So the answer is align items. You have already seen it. Okay. This is how you can, it came at the center, right? So using justify content, we can make it horizontally center. Using align items, we can make it vertically center. Are we clear? Yep. I know this is a bit confusing, but don't worry. As you practice it a bit more, you will get used to it. Okay. Okay. So this has usually you don't want to. Okay, Sagar, I will justify content center. Okay, we had a property, right? And give the property. Can you see it is making it horizontally center? Okay. Align items is making it vertically center. Okay. Very good, Nitya. Okay. Now let's go into the next property. how we can align parent container vertically. Nikhil, there is no way. You have to give it another parent, right? If you want this flex container to be at the center, you have to give it another parent like this. Okay. Center will also align items flex center. Okay, got it, Akash. You wanted to say something like this, right? There is no flex center. Let's see. No, it won't work. There is no flex center in here. There is only flex end. Let's see that. It is by default, it is just works just like justify content only. With flex end, it will come at the end. Okay. With flex start, it will come at the start. Can you tell me what should be the default value for align items? What will be the default value? It is flex start. Very good. So flex start is the default value. Great. Now, let's give something interesting. Okay. So in the second div, what I will do, I will give it an ID. Okay. Let's give length. Okay. Here, let's give okay, what was the height of all these divs? Do you guys remember? What was the height of each and every one of them? 100 pixel. Very good. Here. For this second one, I am giving it a height of 120 pixel. Now, my question is, will it work? Will this div will have a height of 220 pixels? Yeah, many of you are saying yes. Can you tell me the reason? Arun is saying updated score. So that is not the reason. Because both the what? The selectors are different, right? In that case, what will happen? Which have more power or which have more priority will be selected. So, okay. So currently the height is 120 pixel. Okay. No overriding is not the thing happening. Okay. Okay. I will copy this length here. Control X it and I will paste it at the top. Now, whoever has said that overriding is working here, can you tell me now will it work or not? The answer is yes. See, CIS2 is the reason. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, CIS2 is the reason I got it. You can stop now. Okay. Now, I will remove this flex and to stretch. What is stretch then? Because stretch is default. I think stretch is default. Okay. And if you're saying stretch is default, fill blank space. Am I overwriting it somewhere? Sir, align contents. Yeah, we will see that align contents. Don't worry. I think I need write in div. No, the div is not the issue. Align items always work in parent only. What is the reason it is not working? Let's see that. Stretch is only working. Maybe dimensions are fixed. No, autosave obviously not the issue. Okay. Height fixed. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Got it. The height is fixed. That was the issue. So in here, if I remove this height, now it is working, right? Okay, so by default, line items take stretch, which is taking the whole height. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, I actually height was the issue. Sorry about that. Okay. So by default, what align items does, it will stretch the whole thing, okay, to the container side. Are we clear with this? If I remove this thing, if I remove this high length, see one thing. See, all the childs will have till the height of the parent. Okay. So what is the height of the parent? Can you tell me? Yeah, I will repeat the stretch thing. Don't worry. It is 150 pixel, right? So align item stretch, what it will do? It will make all the flex items go height, make it 150 pixel. Okay. Stretch, what it does? It stretches. Okay. So I will explain again. Stretches the items to the height of the container. Okay. Are we clear with this, guys? Can you tell me? Yeah. So this is how it works. Okay. Actually, one more thing. I'm sorry about that. This is the default prop. Okay. So this is the default value for flex items. Okay. I actually told the flex start, which is not. Okay. You see right now, because they don't have any height, so they are sticking at the top. Okay. By default, it is properties. What is the height of container now? The container height is still 150 pixel. Okay. The items height is taken by the text that it has. Okay. Anish Sharma, are we clear with this? Okay. We can do 100% height. Yeah, this is kind of like 100% height. Okay. Okay, guys, just wanted to ask, has percentage units has been covered? I don't know that. Can you tell me? Percentage units, only one or two of you are saying. Sign up. The default property is stretch. Okay. Stretch is the default property. Okay. Okay. Many of you are saying covered. Many of you are saying not covered. I'm not sure what to take. Okay. Now you can think it like this, that takes the parent side. Okay. Now with this, our align items is covered. Okay. Okay. Do you have any issue till now, guys? Can you tell me? Let's take a small break, then we will cover. I mean, start again. Okay. Do we have any issue till now? Okay, guys, let's take a 5-minute break. 4-minute break to be precise. We will come back at 4:10. Okay. So we will see a property called as flex group. Okay. So this is the thing. Okay, great. I will remove this flex direction for now. And that's it. Yeah, Akash. We'll see that a bit later. Okay. So right now we will see a property called as flex group. Okay. This is our child property. Okay. So we'll use it here. So I will say flex group. Let's give it a value of 1. Let's see what happens. Okay. Can you tell me, did anything happen, guys? Oh, sorry, I did not open tabs. Okay. Sachin, you're saying no, nothing happened. I will comment it out and see now. Did nothing happen? Okay, guys, you are not answering. What happened? Can you tell me with flex group? With increase, okay? With increase, that's absolutely true. Can we cover first parent properties? Japan, we have already covered the parent properties, right? With increases. Okay, great. So with flex grow, what happens is that just like it works, just like justify content. Okay, it has the same theory as justify content, that suppose there is 300 pixel width, each and every one of them has, let's say, 90 pixel, each and every one of those styles. Okay. How much width will be occupied? Can you tell me? 10, not 10 pixel, 270 pixel will be occupied, right? How much will be remaining? Can you tell me? 30 pixel will be remaining. Great. Now, how this 30 pixel will be distributed? It will be distributed by 3, and each and every this 90 pixel inside it will go. So 90 pixel plus how much? 10 each. So 100 pixel. Are we clear with this, guys? Can you tell me? Okay, Rahul, what's the issue? Okay, I will repeat again, guys. See one, sorry. Okay, so see, guys, please see this again. Y value 1, we will see that. Don't worry. Okay, so flex grow. Suppose the total width is 300. Okay, each child has 90 pixel. How much will be occupied? How much will be occupied? Can you tell me? 270. How much will be remaining? 30. Now this 30 will be distributed by 3. Why 3? Because three items are there. So the value will be 10. Okay. Now this 10 value, this 10 pixel value will be added, okay, to the width of the each and every item. What was the width of each and every item? What was the width of? It was 90 pixel. Now, if 10 is added, how much it will be? 100 pixel. Are we clear with this now? Yeah. So, why I said it is similar to justify content? Because, see one thing. Okay. If I give it width of, let's say, 300 pixel, okay, save it, and I will remove this flex group for now. Okay. Can you tell me, did anything happen? No. What is the reason? Because there is no space available, right? This is just like justify content, isn't that right? Justify content distributes the space. Flex grow as well distributes the space, but justify content kind of works like margin, but flex grow increases the width. Are we clear with this? Okay, great. Now, sorry. Let's remove this 300 pixel for now. Okay. If I give it 3, can you tell me what will happen? Can any of you say? Let's see. Did anything happen? Can you tell me? The answer is no. Okay. Even though I put it 3. Okay, let's see. Okay, one thing, the default value is 0. Okay, please remember that. Default is 0. So flex grow, what it does, it distributes the space in ratio. Okay, you guys know about ratios, right? Yeah. So when I give this flex container, this thing kind of like this, all the 3 of them, what will be their value? Can you tell me what will be the flex grows value? What will be the value of flex group for all of them? Or for all of them, it will be 1. So it will be 1:1:1. This is how it will look like. Okay. But now in this one, I will give it an ID of, let's say, grow -3. Okay. I will copy it and give it a flex grow of, let's say, 5. Okay. Now, can you tell me what happened? Can you tell me what happened, guys? Yes, the ratio changed to 1:5:1. Great. You understood very quickly. Okay. The space ratio is currently 1:5:1. Okay. Now, one thing you have to remember is that their width, okay, the width they have, it is not into 1:5:1. The width is not 1:5:1. This is now how it is working. This is a cross. Okay. How this is working? The available space is distributed in this ratio. Are we clear? The available space. So suppose where we give the example of how much space was remaining, 30 pixel. Okay. The distribution of this 30 pixel will be 1:5:1. Okay. Clear, guys? Can you tell me? Okay, great. If there is 4 box, absolutely, let's copy it. Nothing happens, just that does this change? Let's see. One will be added here. That's it. Okay. But in this case, can you tell me what is happening? Is there any space available? That is the main answer. Okay. That is the main question. If there any space available, now if you see, if I make it full screen, now there is some space available, right? In this case, it is getting distributed. But when the screen was smaller, there is no available space, right? That is why no ratio, but doesn't matter, right? It won't work. So this is how it is working. Okay. It takes the space, justify content, takes the space, and okay. So justify content. I'm not writing the whole thing. So justify content. It takes the space and make it what? Make it kind of like margin. Isn't that right? Justify content. It takes the available space and make it something like margin. And flex grow. It also takes the space just like justify content, but it uses is just like width. Are we clear with this? If we use wrap, let's see that. Here, if I use flex wrap, can you tell me, did anything happen? No. Can you see now? Did anything happen? Now, did anything happen? If I make it smaller, okay. Now, if you see the fourth div, when it is coming at the below, it is taking the whole width. Can you tell me the reason? Okay, this last line you, Prince, my Mithpara, what I wanted to say is that justify content, what it does, it takes the space. You got it, right? That justify content, if there is any space available, it will distribute that space, right? But it distributes the space between the containers, right? Depending on the value, right? Justify content space between or another thing. It is kind of works like just like margin. We can compare it to margin. But in case of flex grow, it works just like width. Okay. It adds to the width. In line number, in last line, it takes whole space. Umar, I did not get your point. Yes, it takes the whole width. Absolutely. Okay. Because when it comes to second space fill, only divided to one element. Very good, Akash. That's the point. Okay. There is no other element beside it. If I make it a bit more smaller, now I will see. Okay, I cannot make it more smaller. So I will copy one more div here. I will make it 5. Save it. Now 5 is like this. If one more thing comes here, can you guys see? This is how it is working. Now this available space is distributed between them in 50-50 manner. Okay, you guys can see all over. Okay, does FlexPro have any issue? Can you tell me? Is there any issue with FlexPro currently? Okay, guys, one more thing. As you practice it more, you will get used to it. Okay, don't worry. The main properties are justify content, align items. Okay, and display flex is there already. Flex grow is something that will hardly use. And one more thing, flex wrap. Okay, if you remember these three properties, you can create almost any kind of layout. Okay. Now let's go for the last property, which is flex shrink .html. Okay. So whatever flex grow had, I will copy everything and paste it here. Okay. Let's make it link 3. I will remove these comments. This one as well. Okay, great. Now I will open it up using live server. I will remove the wrap for now. Okay. Let's assume that we have okay, let's do it with code only. So in the flex container, I will give it a width of, let's pick only 3 for now. Okay, so okay, guys, see one thing that now currently the width is 300 pixel. Okay, how many child items are there or flex items are there? Can you tell me? 3 items are there. What is the width of each and every item? Can you tell me that? It is 100 pixel. So how much width is occupied? How much width is occupied? 300 pixels. So is there any available space there? That's my question, main. Answer is no. There is no available space. Okay, great. Now see one thing. I will see one thing. It is absolutely 300 pixel. Okay, there is no. It is not smaller. It is not bigger. Okay. Now rather than this 300 pixel, I will make it 290. Now what do you think will happen? That is my question. I haven't given any property currently. Okay. You are saying it will overlap. Okay, Hariom. Let's see. Guys, any other opinion? You are saying space will be there. I'm saying I will make it smaller. Okay, child is move outside of the parent. Let's see that. Can you tell me, did anything happen? Okay, so what is happening currently? Okay, size decreases of parent. That is absolutely, I am doing it. What is happening with the child? That is my question. Or the children. Overlap the item? Absolutely not. They are not overlapping. I cannot see that. Yeah, very good, Nitish. With decreases. Yes, that is the answer. Okay. Or we can say that as flex container, let's say containers size decreases, the items also shrinks. Are we clear with this statement that as the container size is reducing, okay, the item size is also reducing, or they are shrinking, okay. Please remember this keyword shrinking, okay. Here comes a property called as flex shrink, okay. Now, if I give in this div that flex shrink, let's give it 1, okay. If I save it, can you tell me, did anything happen? Did anything happen? The answer is no. Okay, great. Now tell me one thing, let's make it 191. Okay. There is a reason why I did that. Okay. Now total width of 300 pixel. Suppose as before, it was 300 pixel. Each and every child has 100. So total of 300 pixel. Available space, how much? Can you tell me? Available space? 0. Great. Now, when I make it 291 pixel, okay. What is the width of each and every child? 100 pixel. Okay. This is 300 pixel. That should have been the width of the total occupied width should have been 300 pixel. Right or wrong? Can you tell me? Yes. Available space, how much? No, not 9, but -9. Isn't that right? -9 pixel. Okay. Now, with flex shrink, okay, please see this. With flex shrink, what will happen? 3 containers are there. So this value will be divided by 3. Okay. How much will remain? -3, right? So this -3 will be in each and every one of them. So 100 minus 3, how much? 97 pixel. Are we clear? That is my question. Yeah. So this is how flex shrink works. Okay. It is just opposite to flex grow. If there is any extra space, okay, flex grow, make the width bigger. If there is lesser space, flex shrink will make the space what? Smaller, right? Yeah, great. Okay. So now let's see some other values. If this second div has a flex shrink of 2, let's 3. So I will give it flex shrink of, let's give it a value of 3. Okay. Can you tell me what happened, guys? Yeah, that's good job. That is what will happen. Yeah. So it's before what was happening? How 9 pixel was lesser, right? So it was distributing it by 3. So the ratio was 1:1:1. Isn't that right? Shrink ratio was 1:1:1. If I make it 3, so the shrink ratio will be 1:3:1. Are we clear with this, guys? Can you tell me? It is just ratios. I mean, simple mathematics. Okay. How it is getting distributed, that is what's happening now. Okay. If you remember from previous example, 291 was the width of the container. Okay. And each and every child has 100 pixel. Okay. So 9 pixel was remaining. Okay. It was extra. Okay. 9 pixel was, sorry, smaller. Now, previously what was happening? When flex shrink was, I did not give any flex shrink. Let's comment this out. And also comment this out. When this was the thing, in that case, what was happening? This 9 was getting divided by 3. Okay. So 1:1:1. Now, currently, when I give this 3 to this second div, if you see, this second div has this flex shrink ID. if I give it flex shrink value, currently what will happen? The distribution will be 1:3:3. Now, can you tell me how to calculate this? Kind of like it will happen that 9 star 1 by 1 plus 3 plus 1. Isn't that right? How it will happen? Okay, are we clear with this thing, guys? Can you tell me again? Yeah. Okay, guys, any more issue, guys, with this till now, whatever has been covered? Going over, it seems like works. So please tell me both use of within percent and like shrink. Manish, we will take a 5-minute break. We just gave a break. Okay, I will repeat again, guys. Please pay attention that flex shrink, what will happen if the container's width, okay, the width of the container is lesser than the width of the items, okay. In that case, what flex shrink will do? It will shrink the width of the items. That's it. Okay. It will make it smaller. Our items, it will make it smaller. Okay. That is the main, thing of flex shrink. Okay. It will adjust. Okay. That is the beauty of, you can say flex. We say flex as flexible containers. You guys know this, right? We call flex as flexible containers. Okay, what is the reason that it is flexible? It will adjust the width, height, anything according to the screen size or the container size, you can say. Okay, that is how this whole thing will work. Okay. Okay. Now we have one more property. This is gonna be our last property. This is called as flex order. Okay. Is there any property to turn 180-degree? No, Anish, there is none. Okay. That is a pretty advanced thing you are asking. Okay, so let's remove this ID for now. Sir, you forget about. Okay. Now, when we were using something like flex direction, let's say row reverse. Okay. Can you tell me what is the current order of the elements now? 3, 2, 1. Okay, great. Now suppose somehow rather than it making it 3, 2, 1, we want to make it 2, 1, 3. Okay. You want to arrange the flex items. How will you do that? Okay. In that case, case, flex order comes into picture. No, Arnab, I'm not talking about coloring anything. Okay. I'm talking about, I will make this div 3 come in place of div 2. That is my question. Can we change the whole element using? I'm asking something like this. I will make it come at the middle, not using HTML, but only CSS. For that, we have the order property. Okay. So okay, the ID was needed. Sorry. Give it an ID of, let's pick 2. Okay. In the second one, I am giving order of, let's say 3. Can you tell me what happened? It came at the last. Okay. So now you have to always remember one thing, that the higher the order value, the last the item will be. Okay. So as the order value increases, okay, as the order value increases, our item will go at the last. Currently, by default, okay. Sorry, I say default. Default value of order is 1. Okay. So all the childs has an order of currently 1. Okay. No, sorry, 0. But this second one, it has a how much order? Can you tell me? Let's make it 2 for now. Currently 2. Okay. So that is how it is working. So what I will do, I will give, let's say, order of, let's say 3 for now. Okay. I will copy it. Now, can you tell me what will be the order of the elements? 1 is the last. Then which one will come? It will be 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's create 3, 2, 1 currently. Okay. If I increase this to, let's say, 10, now 2 comes at the last. Are we clear, guys? You don't need to remember all of these values. The thing that you have to remember is the higher the order value, the last the element will be. Okay. Whatever value is the highest, that will come at the last. Second highest, second last. Third highest, third last. That is the thing how it is work. Okay. Clear, guys? In case of class also, absolutely. That doesn't matter how you give the value. Okay. Class ID does not matter. Value is always numerical. Yes. Okay. Only in case of justify content, we were giving some value in other non-numerical terms, but in most of the cases, yes, it is in numerical manner. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope order is clear. I hope. Order is clear, right? Okay. Now we will go into the V session. Okay. Before that, we will take a few minutes of break. Let's say till 4:50. Okay. Guys, many of you are saying break. So can you make V? Yes, we will be doing that. Okay. Okay, so I will make it flex. What's happening? Okay, let's open it up in browser. If you see this screenshot, okay. Now, can you tell me how will you approach this question? First of all, in order to make this kind of a layout, how will you go about it? How many containers we need? First question. How many containers do we need? Okay, 2 containers. Can we do it with 1? That is my question. Yes. What property do we need for that? What property do we need? Very good. One or two of you said flex wrap. Yes, flex wrap is the property we can use to make it in one parent div. Okay, great. Let's use that. So I'll go here. Okay, so we need a parent. So I will name it dot parent. Okay. How many child divs do we need, guys? Can you tell me? 6. So div star 6. Okay. This was not needed actually. Let's put an image here. If you go to the question, if you go to the question, the image is already given here. So this is the image we will be using. Okay. Let's use this image only multiple times. So we'll paste it here. Yeah, we will be using same image in multiple times. Okay. And for the headings, we will use H1. How many of you have seen Doctor Strange? 2. Oh, cool. I haven't seen it yet. Great, guys. Okay. Time machine? Yeah, not getting time for that. That's also a great thing, I think. Okay, so you can see the image is way too big, right? Currently, the image is way too big. Okay. Now, this dot parent, I will make it display flex. Okay. I will make it a width of, let's say 90%. Okay. What is percent, guys? Can you tell me? Many of you said percent has been covered. How to add button also in child div? Can't you do something like a button here? Yeah, the 90% of the screen size it is taking currently. Okay. Now, in order to make it go at the center, what should I do? What should I use in order to make this parent div go at the center? Margin auto. Great. Okay. Is it working? Can you tell me? Is it working? Is the image coming? The image I am talking about, is the image in the fine size? That is my question. The answer is no, right? So before that, we have to make our this child divs, right? Of a sorry. We have to make this child divs of a particular width. Okay. Now let's do parent. Inside those parents, we have child divs, and here we will be giving some properties. Okay. Now we can use something like a width of, let's say, okay, one question that what will be the in terms of this parent, okay, from this parent's perspective, what is sorry, from this child's perspective, what is the width of its parent? How much? I'm talking about it is 100. Very good. Yes. No, MD Ali. It is 100%. Okay. I'm talking about in this parent child's perspective. Okay. Now, yeah, something like 30%. Okay. Why 30%? Because 100 by 3, it is around 33, but we want some space as well. So 30. Is it working? Is the image perfect size? Is the image at perfect size? Many of you are saying yes. Absolutely no. Okay, so we'll copy it again. Inside that, we have an image. That image will have a width of 100%. Okay. Save it. Okay. Is it working now, guys? Make it a bit bigger. Yep. Okay, great. Now, remember one thing that in case of this width, okay, we have one more flex property, okay, child property, not parent property, but child property that we can use. It is known as flex basis. Okay. Guys, these two are very non-important properties that I will cover during this week session. Okay. One is called as flex basis. And the second one is called as align content. Okay. These are not so important properties, so I'm covering here itself. So flex basis just replaces with, that's it. Okay. You don't need to know anything else. It just replaces with. Are we clear? If you see, when I give with and when I give flex basis, both of them are same. Okay. Is there any difference currently? No. Okay. So this is how we can build this layout. Okay. Now, similarly, we need 6 more divs. So I will copy it only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm collapsing them because they are way too big, to be honest. And their content does not matter. Okay. If I do this and save it. Okay. Now, each row should have how many of these divs? Each row 3. How to make it go next line? Which property? How to make it go next line? Yeah, great. Flex wrap. Flex wrap is child property or parent property? Child property or parent? Parent property. Great. So in the parent, I will use, sorry, flex wrap. Yeah. Okay. Save it. Now, can you guys see this? Yeah. Now, if I want some space in between them, which property should I use? Can you tell me? Tarun, very good. Very few answers. No margin auto. We won't be using that anymore. Forget margin auto in Flex. We'll be using justify content. Okay. So justify content, which value? No, it's not space only. Space between. Space between. Okay. Save it. If I make it full screen, how is it looking, guys? Is it fine? Is it fine, guys? Can you tell me? Not fine. Okay. What do you want now? Text alignment center. Yeah, we will do that. Okay, don't worry. Okay, my question is that which one is better? Which one is better? Justify content or align item? Sorry, justify content is better or margin padding using is better? Okay, justify is better. Absolutely. Okay. Now for this space, okay, we will use one more property here. Let's say align content. Okay. Let's say space between. Okay. If I do this, okay, guys, I'm covering align content right now. You now see, did anything happen? Can you tell me? Nothing happened. Can you tell me the reason? Again, reason. What is the reason nothing is happening? No height. Very good. Whoever said that. Okay. Well, the answer is no height. Okay. If you remember, if there is no available space, justify content also does not work. Similarly, align content also does not work. Okay. So let's say I give it a height. So in the parent, how much height should we give? Let's pick a height of 1000 pixels. Sorry, 1000 pixel and border pixels solid red. If I do this currently, okay, I will remove this align content for now. See one thing, guys. Can you guys see right now? Shivam, it does not know 3 or 4. Okay, it just knows that if the size of the items is lesser than the container, that's it. Okay, can you guys see this now? Is there space now? So let's give a value. Align content. Let's try out with flex end. Okay. If I do this, this is the flex end, guys. Can you see? Yeah. Mohammed, in that case, we have to just make the posters a bit bigger. That's it. Here I am using 30 pixel. Let's use something like maybe 40 pixel. Now there only 2 of them are coming in a single row. Okay. Now flex end is covered. Now do flex start. Save it. Can you guys see? This is flex start. Okay. We have one more property called as yes. Here it is. There is a value center. Let's see that also. The space is this is coming at the center. You guys can see now, right? I will make it full screen so that you can see more clear. See, the available space is at the top and at the bottom. Okay. Now for the most important thing that we need to use is align content space between. Okay. So the space will be in between them. If I reduce this 1000 pixel to let's say 800 pixel, now Is it looking good, guys? Can you tell me? That margin you needed, you said that margin is needed. Okay, it is smaller currently. So rather than 800, let's say 900. That's still smaller. 1000. Okay, 1000 is also smaller. 1020, let's say. In full screen, now it is, there is this space available, right? Setting row with justify content and setting column with align items. Absolutely. But now, can you tell me why I said that align content and flex basis are unimportant properties? Now, that is my question. Can any of you say that? So we have fixed the height. Yes, absolutely, Shubham. Okay. Can we make height auto? In that case, align content will not work. Okay. Usually what happens is now that if you see now, let's say I remove this height. Okay. And I remove this align content as well. So let's leave it right now. Now, can you tell me which one was better? If I do something like, let's see, if I give margin to these second ones, that is better. Or that way I did with adding some height and all of those things, which one was better? Can you tell me? Margin is better in this case. Okay. Always don't think that whatever I'm learning new is have to use it. Okay. Sometimes you have to decide which one is better. Margin is absolutely better. Okay. What is the reason? The reason is that usually when you go at a website now, suppose let's go to Amazon. Okay. Okay. Any product you guys want to search? Search for Amazon. Weird. Okay. Let's pick iPhone 13. Okay. Now, how many item will come? Is it pre-decided? That is my question. How many items will come? Is it pre-decided? The answer is no. Okay. So, suppose on Amazon, in a single width can take, let's say 30 items. Okay. In something you are searching something unique. Okay. Only 5 items came. In that case, what will happen? The extra space will be remaining. Okay. This is not a good approach. Absolutely not a good approach. Okay. Setting a height of the container is not a good approach. Okay. What we have to do, we have to, yes, height will always be auto. Okay. Don't have to write it like height auto, but you can just leave it at default. Okay. Where to put margin? Okay. Let's see that. We can put it in any of the elements. So let's try to pick it as 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot parent, then div, then nth child. Let's pick fourth one. Let's pick 10 pixel. Okay. Okay, I think I have given okay. Sir, give some padding in all children. Oh, Nashir, what will happen is now this width will increase in that case. Okay, that's something that we don't want. So that is the reason we are not giving any padding. Oh. Okay, right now there is padding there, but okay, we can say something like let's say we can give it some classes or from the third div, and then we can add the padding as well. You see the button. Yeah, we can see the button. Top border from button to top margin. Sorry. Okay, that's the issue, guys. We can also give the margin bottom to the all the parents, sorry, all the divs. So something like margin bottom, let's pick 10 pixel, save it. This will also work. Let's give it a bit more. So 30 pixel, save it. This will also work. And in most of the cases, what happens is now that there is no border here. So we cannot usually see these things. Okay. Yeah, this is not responsive. Absolutely. I agree with that. It is still not responsive. Okay. So for that, in the parent, which property should I use? In order to make this responsive, which property should I use? Wrap. Text flex wrap and wrap, save it. Okay, I will load this a bit. Okay, can you tell me what is the reason it is not making smaller? Wrap is given. Minaj, very good. Okay, wrap is used twice. Okay, sorry about that. Within percent, yes, very good. So within is percent. So let's change it to something like, let's say 200 pixel. Okay, if I do this, it is way too small. Is this better, guys? If I make it smaller currently, if you see, now is it responsive, guys? Can you tell me? No. How much responsive do you want is more than this with only flex, right? Okay, one thing I want to show it to you guys that suppose it comes at the 1. Okay, now if I make it smaller, why is it getting smaller than 300 pixels? That is my question. If you see right now, when the width becomes smaller than 300 pixel, yeah, width of the screen is reducing. Okay, which property is making the items also smaller? Now, not flex basis. Because of wrap, absolutely not. We have talked about very good Umair Ahmed, very great event. Sridhar, that's also great. Okay, only 2 people. No, not block, Ajay. Shrink, very good frame, Sardan. So the answer is shrink. Okay, we have already learned, right? Flex shrink. Okay, by default, its value is 1. So that when it is becoming lesser than 300 pixel, the container is also becoming lesser, right? And by shrink, the items are also making smaller. How is the size of each one decreasing? Absolutely not. It is not decreasing. You see? Okay. Okay, guys, was flex Clear for now? Was flex clear? It's shrinking absolutely because of flex shrink. Okay. Okay. So I hope this align content and align content and flex basis is clear. Flex basis just it is replacement for with. Okay. As for align content, it works just like justify content, but in the reverse manner. But you have to remember one thing, that it will only work when flex wrap is there. Okay. What is it? When flex wrap is there, only in that case flex align content will work. Okay. But the button at the center, let's make that. So button, I will make it, sorry, display block and margin auto. And that's it. It is at the center, right? Can you tell me why I made it display block? Margin auto, will it work? Shrinking, can we use that for text as well? Pratik, that is no. Okay, you cannot do that. If I don't do display block, will the button come at the center? The answer is, let's say, if I comment this out, this display block, save it. Is it working? Is it working, guys? Yes, the button is working. Is it at the center? No. Only margin auto only works on which type of elements? Margin auto only works on block elements. Yes. Button is a which type of element? Button is a block element. Which is that? Inline element. Yes. So we need to make it a block element. So that is how it is working. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope these things are clear, right? Yeah, I can use text align center. In buttons, it won't work absolutely. But for them, you can use text alignment center as well. Okay. Okay, guys, great.